Hey, shalom, shalom. First thing and foremost, I want to give all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai Bashim Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect. It was in the gospel brought lifting up the standard of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, wherever it may be. This is just a quick in transit. This lesson is titled A Message to the Sincere Aquathium or Aquathium sisters out there that's in this thing that may follow our camps. A sincere message and to you sisters out there, man, because I know a lot of times they say GMS, we always cursing out the women, cuss out the women, and we do get on our women. We actually get on our women a lot, which is actually necessary because, you know, we got to be corrected. You know, even the men, we get on the men as well. So there's really no biasness there. It's all through the spirit. But for those of you out there that's doing the right thing, man, you know, we just say, you know, y'all keep pushing, y'all keep doing the work, you know, as far as supporting the ministry, supporting your men, you know, if you got husbands in this thing, you know, and supporting the elders, the brothers and stuff like that, you know, just keep doing the right thing, because the scriptures goes into the elect lady, okay, like the elect lady. If you go into the book of John, it goes into the elect lady, that you can have women that's actually of the elect, okay, and, you know, hold on 1 second. So yeah, you have women that's of the elect, that's going to be delivered right along with men, because it won't be much of a nation without women too, okay? So there are going to be women that will be delivered, okay? We never said that women wouldn't be delivered, but those of you that's doing the right thing, that's, you know, knowing the place and doing the work as far as supporting the ministry and, you know, praying and taking care of your houses in righteousness, you know, submitting to your husbands, hey, you know, that's a beautiful thing. Your pop, keep it up, all right? Because oftentimes we have a lot of women in our nation that just completely opposite on what they're supposed to do. You know, either they're clueless about it or they just don't care to really do righteousness, man. So, you know, those of you out there, continue to push, you know, continue to believe, continue to have faith, okay? And I want to do a specific shout out. I'm not going to do no particular names or anything like that, because I know, you know, a lot of, they don't like to be put on wax. But I want to say the water, you know, for all the sisters that sent gifts, you know, that send me things, you know, that through the spirit had you to send, you know. We didn't ask, you just did it, you know. You up and you did it because the spirit moved on you to do it. So those of you that's helped us, you know, helped our camp, myself personally, you know, of course we got a Sakura, you know, that helped us, you know. She says she's part of the camp, you know. It's a sister that been dealing with us for a couple of years now. Have good works, man. So hey, we want to say the water for all y'all works, you know, the water for the help, the water to the sister that just sent something to, you know, to me, whatever, you know, it was needed. You said the spirit hopped on you to send it based on listening to videos. So the water, you know, to you in that aspect, man. May the Lord bring a blessing upon your household, and may, you know, you get a prophet's reward, a blessing, man. May the Lord take that and use that and add it to your tab as far as your tokens you're storing up, because you women, man, you have works to do too. Not necessarily works that we're doing on the highways and the byways. You know, ain't going out there teaching, none of that. But, you know, like I said, take care of the house, being submissive to your men, you know, in the scriptures, praying, you know, fasting, whatever you got to do, helping the brothers out, you know, supporting the brothers, keeping brothers all in your prayers. Those are part of works you're supposed to do, man. Because, what was it, Phoebe, if I'm not mistaken, or Salaki, if I got the story off. But basically, a lot of widows, what they did was, if they were widowed, they didn't have husbands, a lot of times they would house the men of the Lord. Okay, they would house the men of the Lord, because, you know, Paul, with his travels to Mesopotamia, to Asia Minor, to Antioch, Paul oftentimes needed a place to lodge. Okay, same thing with Peter, the disciples, they needed places to lodge, to eat. Okay, and doing the ministry is a very heavy thing. Okay, it's not an easy thing when you're teaching and when you're traveling and when you're putting out shows and laboring in the doctrine. It's not a light thing by far. You know, people think that we turn on the camera and we just talk a bunch of shit. Nah, it's deeper than that, man, because outside of putting out videos, it's still a walk. It's still a order you keep. You know, you're checking on brothers, you know, you're being there for brothers. If brothers have situations, you come through for them, you know, you make sure they're okay, you counsel them. You know, these things take time, you know. So, hey, it's a heavy thing. So, once again, the water to you sisters out there, and to the sister that always help us out, hey, the water, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai Bashim Rakakadash, Rakakam to y'all, man. You know, because I'm straightforward. I'm one of the brothers, or one of the Jakes that I curse a female out, man, you know, and they're just being vexed in the spirit because we just want better for our nation, you know. We want to be able to rule. We want things to be back in order, okay? That's why the scriptures say that, hey, I have shined not to show you the whole gospel, okay? Because, hey, you know, we just come in and we want our people to get right, as well as ourselves, you know. We push the word, and hopefully that it reach who it needs to reach. Now, of course, you're going to have people out there that just not going to get with it. That's not going to let it resonate. They're going to have a problem with everything. Somebody might have a problem that I did this video. All right, he's saying thank you to the sisters. Well, I mean, what's wrong with that, man? Like, you got John, he read to the elect lady. So yeah, there are women in the scriptures that done the right thing, but it was more often than not that they did the wrong things. But you had women that did the right things. Like, look at Susanna, okay, in her situation. She was faithful unto her husband. I think her husband was Manasseh, if I'm not mistaken, okay, which was very lucrative men, very wealthy, very powerful men. And basically, man, what happened was these two men, because she was beautiful, she was fair to look upon, and that's why the scriptures say that she covered herself up with a veil, because she was extremely fair to look upon. So what happened was that these men, they were watching her bathe, and they wanted her, so they had to pretty much come up with some type of guile to try to take her and rape her and commit adultery with her, all right? And they had to come up with an excuse as to why she should be put to death, because they said that she came on to them. But she kept faith in the Lord, because in that time, a man's word was bond. Usually, if a man have an accusation against a woman, usually that shit is very, like, it's very, you know, they take it upon themselves to say, well, you know what, women are wicked. They examine the matter, but 9 times out of 10, if men bring a railing accusation against a woman, 9 times out of 10 is very true, because in the Bible, the meticulous nature of women was very specified, man. Okay, like it tells you, man, the women that wax one time against Hamashiach, they be command to wax one time against the Lord. So he said he'd rather them to marry than to become, you know, to leave their first lover, so to speak. Okay, because women, they have very devious traits. All right, so basically, long story short, hey, she was getting ready to be on a chopping block, but I believe it was it, I think Daniel the prophet. I think it was Daniel, if I'm not mistaken, man. It's been a while since I read the story. But basically, man, he came and he said, well, wait a minute, did you judge between the two situations? And they was like, well, no. But they was like, well, how do you know that this woman is guilty? So, in other words, the Lord pretty much came through, put up a standard for her, because she was innocent. She wasn't on an act of committing adultery. She was faithful to her husband. She did everything right. Said she was grown up in the law, statutes, and commandments of doing the work of the Lord. So the Lord vindicated her from those two niggas, man. Okay, and a lot of you sisters out there that's doing the right thing, hey, a lot of you may be in situations with men, you know, hey, you got to ride that out. You know, the Lord's will, he wake your man up, and, you know, he comes into the knowledge, into the fold, you know, and y'all working from there. But if not, then you got to let the Lord sort that out, because there's a lot of you women out there that want men in the truth. But I'm going to tell you straightforward, even if that was the case, a lot of times when women of the truth deal with men in the truth, oftentimes it becomes like a power struggle, man, you know. And there's nothing wrong with wanting the man of the Lord, because that's a righteous thing. But oftentimes, man, when you're dealing, this when the curses kick in, that's when all types of shit happen, things just go left. Versus when you was with a wicked nigga, everything seemed to go right, because that's that balance, and that's part of you being tried. You know, so hey, you know, you got husbands out there, pray that they come into the fold. If not, then just let the Lord do what he got to do. Because honestly, if he's wicked and you ain't being no better, then you'll get judged too. Okay, that's why it's very, very important and essential that a lot of you women, you really walk and talk work in this thing, man. You make sure you're doing everything right. Because a lot of times the Lord will judge you based on the men you're dealing with if you're not fully grounded in his truth, man. So keep that in mind. And a lot of you were dealing with men in the world before you came into the know of being an Israelite too, you know. So that's just something you got to deal with, you know. But let fate take its course, and whatever happens, happens with that. But for those of you women that may be single, that's actually watching these videos and learning from the men of the Lord, now it behooves you to probably try to land you a man of the Lord, because we're entering into some dark times, man. You know, we're entering some dark times, man. You know, and the women of our nation, as far as the women in the world, they don't really believe that. Even though they see it, they still buck up against us, man. Like, you got women out there that actually know that's hell that's breaking loose, but they so hateful against the truth, because men are allowed to take on more than one woman, which is not always wise to do so. But they hate that, and they'll put that behind them, man. Shooting themselves in the foot over emotion. So your emotion will get you destroyed in this thing if you're not careful. Okay? So long story short, man, you women out there that's doing the right thing, y'all keep pushing. You know, like I said, hey, the water to all you sisters out there that ever, you know, bless me with gifts and stuff like that without me even asking or whatever, or, you know, the spirit hopped upon you to send something and ask, you know, hey, the water for that, man. We appreciate it. You know, they don't go unforgotten. You are in our prayers. We pray for the righteous all the time, man. The elect men, the elect women, the elect children. We pray for all you brothers and sisters out there. All right, so every video we do ain't gonna be cursing out fucking Eve, even though Eve is wicked as hell. I stand firmly on that, but we talking about the righteous women, you know, the ones that really believe in this thing, you know, because you have a curriculum to follow too. So let the order that we set up be the example, you know, and you follow that and you be discreet. The scriptures say be discreet, chase keepers of the home. Don't be out here running the streets, man, because you know brothers got stories of their women and shit like that going back into the world or not taking heed, man. You know, brother had a testimony today. I'm not gonna speak on it, but brother had a testimony today, man, that, you know, a chick he used to deal with, Lord put our oldest son to death, man, because hey, they started scoffing against the brother. You know, and that's a sad thing too. A lot of times when you are wrapped up, when you dealing with women and you like that woman and then she just come against you because the forces of the world seem to push her way, then before you know it, it becomes a straight up hate thing. She really hates your gut, man. You know, like for nothing, for real. You know, because in the spirit, they know what you stand for. But see, they have that jealous hierarchy over them, which is a wicked demonic spirit. You know, so it behooves you women out there that's really in this thing to not really have that spirit on you, man. Always check yourselves and pray often, fast often. You know, do intermittent fasts, 12 hours, 18 hours, 16 hours. You know, whatever you can do. If you can't do the 24, do intermittent fasts, man. Same thing with you younger brothers out there. Get into intermittent fasting, man. You know, if you can't do a whole 24, 48 hours cold turkey, that's okay. Do what you can do. Okay, because the Lord is looking at your spirit, man. You know, like the scripture said that the Lord judges the reins of the heart. He's looking at the spirit. He's not looking at the outward appearance on how handsome or how buff or how skinny or petite you are. No. Okay, that's flesh and blood, man. The Lord is looking at the spirit. Okay? So with that being said, man, you know, y'all keep pushing. Stay faithful, man. Stay faithful to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. And Shalom to all you Hakim out there on the comment board, man. Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Rock a thumb to y'all, man. You know, and yeah, we are in very, very interesting times, man. This whole CERN thing opened up, and all of a sudden, Jake's bugging out, man. You know, I seen the video that it looked like some straight up Outworld type ordeal. Like it looked like a storm, but the sky was like green. And then you had this whole thing with the Georgia Guidestones that pretty much was allegedly destroyed by lightning thunderbolt, which I speculated could have been in chariots. But who knows, man, you know. But nonetheless, Esau, you know, he's hurt. Now he's up and running to get this NWO up and popping. Why? Because now the Lord is warning him, like, look, man, you got to go ahead and make your move, man. Make your move. Like going back to Daniel, the 5th chapter, the writing on the wall. The writing is on the wall. You know, Esau, the Lord sent you a message, told you you've been measured already. He sent a message from me from an otherworldly dimension. And that's the spirit, because I was looking up otherworldly dimensions last night. And of course, they give you all this psychobabble about parallel universe, which you do have parallel universes. I say dimension or planet-wise, okay? Because you got a lot of Earth-like planets. But you have interdimensional gateways on the planet Earth. But see, where Esau spins the narrative, where he tries to do away with the power of the Most High, he likes to say that it's like a billion or an infinite carbon copies of yourself. That's not scripture, man. Okay, you can't prove that. You never entered a different gateway and saw a carbon copy of yourself. Like, this ain't the one. Why would the Most High do that? Okay, now I do believe in intergalactic travel. I do believe in portals, ley lines, you know. You got gateways, you got portals. Hell, when you watch the chariots go in and out of portals all the time, man. So a gateway can open up literally on this highway. I could go into other fucking dimensions somewhere, you know. But Esau twists it and say, oh, well, it's a million carbon copies of us. I don't believe that. That's not biblical, okay? Because you have one spirit. Now, if you got other beings in different worlds somewhere, that's yet to be determined. The scriptures do go into being angels, man, you know, different beings as far as angels in different realms and shit. So, hey, it's angels. You have other beings. You have angels in the heavens, okay? But as far as another, that's the spirit, 777 completion. But as far as another lookalike like you, that's not scriptural, man. Interesting concept, but no, because what would be the whole point of prophecy then if we just have all these alternate realities, man? Your alternate reality comes from your past life, your reincarnation, okay? Which all the men of the Lord were men of the Lord in the past. So your alternate reality is just going back and forth through time, man. Like I was reading a story about this man. He claimed he was on the road traveling this back road he haven't done in a while. So he said that his dog started barking, so he let it out to use the washroom. And what happened was the dog ended up chasing the damn rabbit. And then he chased the damn dog, and he said that he fell into a rabbit hole and he blacked out, and he woke up like in the 1950s, 60s, some goddamn where. And he said that it was this tall, 6-foot guy that said, you enter the portal. He said basically what happened was that I grabbed you from your earth and I took you to another plane, another dimension, so to speak, when it was back in the 1960s. And he was like, how the fuck is that even possible? How the hell can I even travel through this and that? And then dude was breaking it down like they had the Beatles or something, and he allegedly stole a cassette tape from a different time of these unreleased tracks from the Beatles or some shit. It's called The Beatles Never Broke Up. Yeah, I think it's a make-believe story. I think they made it up. But it was an interesting concept because the guy said, well, look, I wasn't going to do the interdimensional travel and build you up, but I saw that you needed help because you looked like you was dying. So I took you into our world and I cleaned you up. And then he was basically going into it was like a different realm, some shit, some Stranger Things type ordeal. Okay, which I don't really believe in that. Okay, now I do believe in, different realms, but I don't believe it's on the interside of this particular realm that we're in, I'm gonna find me. No, hell no, that don't even make sense, man. Okay, but it was an interesting concept, and he's an Esau trying to spin a narrative to create, different alternative life forms to add rulership to his time, man, or time to his rulership. Okay, so yeah, we are in very, very good times, man. And hey, all hell is getting ready to break loose. So getting back to the point which I got away from, you sisters out there, man, hey, y'all keep pushing, y'all stay grounded, stay humble, stay humble. And the Lord put it on your spirit to do things for brothers, man. Hey, let that be your tokens, man. Let that be your works, because the scriptures goes into charity as well. Okay, that's important too. Charity covered a multitude of sins, man. And we all got sin on us. We all are in danger of being judged by the Most High, man. None of us is exempt. You know what I'm saying? I'm not exempt. Clearly, we're not exempt. Okay, F44 is spirit, So yeah, brothers, man. Anyway, with that, I'm gonna end it. Giving all praises and glory, honor this due to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashim Rakakadash. Lord's word ever edifying to you brothers out there, you sincere sister, you Akwathim out there. Shalom. Keep pushing, stay praying. We almost home. Shalom.